Good evening, ladies and gentlemen of the audience. What you are about to hear is a radio drama based off true events. The voices you hear are not real and have been generated with the assistance of artificial intelligence and other editing tools and programs. However, the news reports you hear through the show were real reports given from news sources around the world about the actual events unfolding during the Russian invasion of Ukraine. This radio show has been created for your listening entertainment, but we do ask you, remember that this was a war fought by real people. The conversations you hear are works of fiction, and any similarities to names and voices are merely coincidence. Now sit back, relax, and if you listen closely outside in the evening sky, you might be able to still hear the thrusters of a Phantom MiG-29 protecting the skies. The year is March 25th, 2022. Russian forces have invaded the country of Ukraine. The soldiers of Ukraine defend their country, kinfolk, and freedom from Russian troops against overwhelming odds. Both sides sustain heavy casualties. During the darkest days of the war, Ukrainian pilots fight to defend their skies against overwhelming odds. Ukrainian morale starts to dwindle lower and lower as troops and pilots exhaust themselves to keep the lands and airspace free from Russia. But rumors start to spread of a spectral MiG-29, the Ghost of Kiev, a phantom pilot who appears in moments of greatest peril, turning the tide and vanishing into the clouds. Some say it's the spirit of a fallen ace. Others say it's hope itself made manifest.
Good evening and welcome to tonight's segment. I'm Tom Carton here on News Channel 7, and tonight at 10 we bring you breaking news. Russia has invaded the country of Ukraine, a country at war after a huge Russian military offensive by air, land, and sea. The onslaught began at dawn with a barrage of missiles on multiple targets right across the country. Then, with Russian attack helicopters and fighter jets homing in on the Ukrainian army, Russian President Putin delivered this warning for anyone trying to stand in his way. Whoever tries to interfere with us or threaten our country should know that Russia's response will be immediate and lead to such consequences that have never been experienced in history.
It came as missile strikes were reported on several military targets. Explosions could be heard in several cities in the east of the country, as well as here in Kiev. Blasts were reported everywhere, with Russia saying it's destroyed more than 70 military targets, including 11 airfields, and following the airstrikes came the land invasion with Russian tanks and troops. They breached the border in three main directions from the east-south and the north, including from Belarus, Russia's longtime ally.
In Kiev today, a frightening new dawn for Europe. This city of 3 million awoke to sirens and an invasion. Russian attack helicopters targeted a military airport outside of Kiev. Ukraine says several were shot down. The invasion was by air, sea, and land. In the battle for Ukraine, the Russians are controlling the skies. Ukrainians respond with small arms fire, as they are outgunned and have been suffering losses, but we don't know how many.
As you can see behind me, Ukrainian troops are burning documents in huge piles of flame. Whatever is in them, we don't know, but Ukrainians do not want that information to fall into Russian hands, as the enemy is literally at the gates. Ukrainian troops are mobilizing behind me as they scramble their forces to help defend the city of Kiev from the Russian invaders. The city is very important, not just to the country, but to the people of Ukraine as well.
As the invasion progressed, reports of civilian casualties continued to rise, but the Ukrainian people remain defiant. Martial law has been implemented through the city, and the question now being asked: what now for Ukraine as Russia begins to tighten its grip?
They say the cold keeps you awake in the trenches. The trenches outside Kiev weren't much to look at. Mud, sandbags, frozen water bottles, and a few brave hearts trying to keep the dark from spilling west. It was February, and the snow had turned to ice. 3 men shared a lantern and a cigarette, each pretending the glow meant warmth But for Private Danilo Kovalenko, it was the silence between the shells that froze him most. The kind of silence where you remember who you are and who you might not see again.
Write faster, Danilo. You'll miss your chance to tell Katya how ugly your handwriting's gotten.
If she can still read it, she'll forgive me. If not, she'll think I joined the artillery.
Better artillery than this frozen hole. My boots have frostbite, and my frostbite has boots.
And when did you grow a set of ovaries, Max?
Dear Katya, if you're reading this, it means the mail truck made it through. That alone feels like a small miracle these days. The snows come early this year. It covers the fields around Kiev like a funeral sheet. And yet, it makes the land beautiful again. Almost peaceful. Almost... I can't tell you much about where we are. You know why. But we're holding the line. The Russians push hard from the east, and they want the city. They want her badly. But so long as we can still breathe, Kyiv will not fall. We fight not for orders or politics. We fight because this is our home. Yuri and Max are beside me now. They're arguing over whose mother makes better borscht. You'd like them both. Good boys, though neither can shoot straight when they're tired. We joke to keep the fear down, but truth is, it's always there. You just learn to live with it, like the mud on your boots. Last night we saw something over the ridge, a light that moved like it remembered where it came from. Yuri says it's superstition, Max calls it madness, but I call it hope. Maybe hope has wings. Maybe ghosts do too. Tell little Oksana I'll bring her the biggest chocolate bar in the world when I come home. With love, your stubborn husband, Danilo.
You hear that? It's back again.
In the next 10 minutes, that sound will save their lives. But for now, it is only a whisper, a rumor written in the sky. The letter would never make it past the checkpoint that week, but its words would, carried by wind, by rumor, by something else entirely. And before dawn, the thing they all hoped for would descend from the clouds and rewrite every story they thought they knew.
Missed us. It's coming from the north side. They're guessing our coordinates.
Then we better stay low, stay alert, and keep quiet. We're already running lower than I'd like to be on beans, bullets, and band-aids. If the Russians send more troops than we can hold off, it'll be the end of the war for us, unless we can get air support.
This is where the legend begins. For hours, the front stayed quiet. Too quiet. The kind of quiet that makes men check their weapons twice, then a third time just to hear something living in their hands.
Listen. Did you guys hear that?
Contact! Now 3 line! Automatic fire!
They're
pushing up on our trench line. At least a squad, maybe two.
All units, hold the line. Armor's still 10 minutes out. Air assets are still being scrambled. I repeat, hold the line for 10 minutes.
10 minutes? We'll be soup by then.
Short bursts. Make it count. Or they're flanking left. I see movement. 5, maybe 6 Russian soldiers.
Hold fire till they crest. Katya, if you can hear me, cover your ears.
They're still coming! They're not stopping!
Where's our air support? Where's anyone?
What is that?
It's not artillery, and there's no thunder.
Get down! Get down now!
No flares. No lights. I can't see anything up there. Can you see anything?
I don't see anything either. You heard it, though. You felt it? Look, they're retreating. The Russians are running.
Holy mother, what was that?
I don't know. But I have an idea.
Do you think it's real? I mean, the stories and all? And now this?
I don't know. But whatever or whoever that was, it just fought on our side.
Then let's reload and report it back to command before it changes its mind.
In the morning, scouts would find shell casings, footprints, and nothing else. No aircraft radar, no sonic boom, no debris. Only a trench still standing, and 3 soldiers who swore that the sky itself had come to their defense and probably saved their lives.
We should have held the line. Why'd we retreat? Nobody fired at us. We could have overrun that position.
You call that nobody? We were under air threat. You saw the lights. They were about to do a strafing run on us.
What lights? There were no lights. It was like the sky itself screamed.
An acoustic blast. Maybe some kind of sonic weapon, or EW interference.
Then where was the plane, sir? You can't jam the air with ghosts.
Enough. Report to your command post, comrade. Now.
Transmission line back up and running, Captain. Command wants a sit rep.
Okay, patch me through.
Petrov, your platoon is engaged without authorization. Explain yourself.
Sir, we encountered an unidentified aircraft, performing maneuvers beyond standard engagement. No visual ID, no radar log. It approached low altitude and forced our units to scatter.
Were you fired upon? Were you engaged by the Ukrainian aircraft?
Negative, but the sound alone caused multiple men to break formation. One soldier fainted outright. The medics stabilized him once we got back to camp.
You retreated because of assault.
It wasn't just assault, sir. Every instrument failed. Thermals blanked. Even our targeting optics white out. Then it felt like pressure. Like the air itself dropped. And then silence. Total silence.
Rumors are spreading through your line about a ghost. You'll put a stop to that immediately. Do you understand?
Understood, sir.
Good. And Petrov, keep your men off the vodka tonight. We can't afford any more hysteria.
Sir, with respect, I know what I saw.
You didn't see anything, Ivan. There was fog, low cloud cover, instruments failed. A trick by the Ukrainians.
No, I heard it circling. I felt it in my teeth. It passed right above us. No engine, no heat. Like a breath made of metal.
Enough.
Sir, the man say it only appears before dawn, that it warns the Ukrainians, that it hunts us in the dark. Yesterday we lost 2 attack helicopters to something.
I said enough. Keep your mouth shut, Ivan. Superstition can kill faster than bullets.
Then what keeps us alive, sir?
Luck or mercy? Take your pick.
Sir, did you...
Go get some rest, comrade. That's an order.
While the Russian forces regrouped in confusion, the Ukrainian command post west of the Dnipro crackled with reports. Dozens of units all claimed the same thing. An aircraft without a transponder, without radar signature, and without an explanation. Loud roars of thrusters, sounds of bursts of machine gun fire from the nose of what sounded like a MiG, but not a single sighting of an aircraft in the sky. We take you now to a Ukrainian radar post, where the legend continues to grow.
Sir, report from 3rd Mechanized. Unknown aerial contact at 0200, heading north by northwest. Disappeared in cloud cover, same as the others.
And what about the radar?
Blank. Every station west of Vinnytsia shows interference like static waves. No pattern.
So the whole sky just glitched?
If you prefer digital ghosts, sir, then yes.
Command, this is Bravo 2. Are you hearing this noise on channel 119? Over.
Bravo 2, go ahead. Describe it.
It's... how to explain? Sounds like a man's voice. Maybe interference? Comes and goes. I can't make the words out.
Go ahead and patch their feed through.
Sir, did you hear that?
Increase gain. Filter frequency delta 0.8.
Keep your heads down. The sky remembers.
That wasn't an echo, sir. It's direct modulation on our encrypted line.
Could be enemy psyops. Frequency mimicry. Maybe a patch through from a downed beacon.
Then why repeat a phrase like that?
Can you trace the source?
We're trying, Captain, but there's no origin. It's bouncing. It skips every time I lock in. Like it's moving.
Sir, permission to record this?
Already done.
Hold the line. Kiev will not fall into Russian hands.
Sir, no call sign, no station ID. That wasn't any of ours.
Play back last 5 seconds.
Kiev will not fall into Russian hands.
Could it be him?
Ghosts don't use radios, Lieutenant.
Maybe this one learned.
Sir, power grid's stable, but the frequency spike. It came from above us, 30 degrees north-northwest elevation. Same heading the sightings reported. It's him. Record everything. If the dead want to talk, let's listen.
That night, across 20 frequencies, the same phrase was captured. No aircraft appeared on radar. No pilot checked in. But to every man and woman on those channels, it felt like Kiev itself was speaking. And so the ghost became more than a legend. It became a frequency, a heartbeat, a promise in the static, and a warning to its enemies. Three hours before dawn, the line outside Kiev was quiet again. Too quiet. For men who'd already fought the night before, silence was never peace. Only the space before another storm. We returned to the Ukrainian trench where Danilo, Max, and Yuri continue to hold the line outside of Kiev.
You think command's gonna send relief before sunrise?
They'll send coffee before they send reinforcements. That's how you know you're winning a war. Caffeine and rumors.
Rumors I can handle. It's the quiet I don't trust.
Do you guys hear that?
Probably just interference again. Ever since that thing flew over, the radio's been talking to ghosts.
Kiev.
That's definitely not command.
Could be a rebroadcast. Someone looping a propaganda tape.
Then why does it sound like... like him?
Soldiers of the homeland. Kiev will never fall to the enemy. You are protected.
Holy Mother of God! That's the same message from headquarters.
There's no frequency listed. It's free band, not even encrypted. He is talking to everyone, not just command.
Hey, you hear that?
Yeah, sounds like jets. Try to get eyes on them.
I see them. 2 of them. See the contrails? East to west, Russian by the silhouette. MiGs, twin tail flashes.
Wait, there's something else behind them.
No way! That's him!
Cover your ears!
They're breaking formation. Look, one's losing altitude.
The other's trying to lock onto him. He's firing.
He got both of them. But I don't see his plane.
I don't see it either. It was there For a moment I'm sure of it. But then it vanished. I don't care what command says. That's no psyop. That's an angel with a jet engine.
All units, hold your ground. You are not alone.
He knows we're here.
You think it's really one man? One pilot?
At this point, it doesn't matter. It just shot down 2 Russian attack planes. That's the hope of Kiev on its wings, and the ferocity of the Ukrainian people on its guns.
Danilo and his friends and comrade in arms never saw the aircraft. No radar stations confirmed its location. Just Russian MiG wreckages were found. But that night, every Ukrainian soldier along the defensive line swore they saw 2 fireballs fall from heaven, and heard a voice on their radios that didn't belong to any living man. In war, men follow orders, but that night they followed a whisper. And for the first time in weeks, the city of Kiev slept without sirens. When 2 MiG attack aircraft disappear from the board, procedure demands data. But data was exactly what the screens refused to give them. We're now on the other side of the trench in a Russian command post where the brass are trying to figure out who or what keeps shooting their planes and helicopters out of the skies, preventing them from obtaining air superiority.
Sector 7 lost both MiGs at grid 0312. Telemetry froze mid-bank. Altitude readout climbed instead of dropped.
Climbed? How high?
Past 30 kilometers, sir. Then nothing. No transponder, no IFF.
Do we have any satellites to confirm this?
Negative, Captain. The feed glitched 2 seconds before loss. Here, trajectory looped on itself. Look, sir, like a figure 8.
No airframe we own can turn that tight at Mach 2.
We've reviewed the pilot feeds. No warnings, no locked on. Just a sound.
Лесок 46, я скоро принимаю вас на 3 балла, на 3 балла. До связи. Принимаю вас на 3 балла, как меня получаете?
102, запуск.
375, я что, 372, я скоро повторяю радио, раздел. 222, двойка, двойка, девятка, подтвердите. До связи. 125, я Штора, подтвердите радио. Вас понял, до связи.
Could it be an electronic attack? Or possibly NATO jamming?
Impossible. Too localized. And our countermeasures never tripped. Whatever it was, it entered and exited the spectrum between pings.
Like a ghost in the system.
Watch your mouth, Lieutenant. This is not superstition.
Then what do you call an object that flies without heat or metal, kills 2 pilots, and vanishes from satellite view?
You call it classified. File it under electronic interference and weather phenomenon.
Sir, the weather was clear. We had visual reports of...
Then those men saw what they needed to see. Fear makes heroes and idiots. Choose which one you want to be in this war. We lost 2 aces tonight, comrade. Their families will want truth, not the weather report. Tell them the sky swallowed them. Tell them we don't own the skies anymore.
Sir, do you hear that? It's coming from our antenna array. The signal's bleeding in again.
Interference. Just interference.
Like I said, comrade, we no longer own these skies.
No official report ever mentioned the word ghost, but within a day, pilots across 3 divisions were requesting night mission waivers. Whatever they'd heard on the airwaves had done what no missile could do: make the sky itself something to fear. And in that fear, the legend found fuel. Because a ghost needs belief more than it needs blood. And tonight, the Russians believed.
You listening to Radio Svoboda Kyiv. I'm Ulena Mikhalenko with your morning update. At 0600 hours, multiple reports confirm the destruction of 2 Russian aircraft east of the Dnipro. Ukrainian command has not released official details, but eyewitnesses describe what they call a miracle in the sky.
Civilians from 3 villages report seeing blue lights moving above the clouds, followed by multiple explosions. There are no signs of Ukrainian losses in the region. Some soldiers along the front are calling it the Ghost of Kiev.
For those new to the story, the Ghost of Kiev is the nickname being given to an unidentified MiG-29 pilot, said to be defending the capital city during the first days of the war. Many considered it a legend, until last night.
We now have a call from Private Yuri Pavlenko, currently stationed west of the city. Yuri, can you hear us?
Yes, sir. I'm hearing you loud and clear.
Yuri, reports suggest something extraordinary occurred near your position the other day. What did you see?
We didn't see him, sir. We heard him. Like the air itself was moving sideways. 2 Russian MiGs came over the ridge and they never came back. And the day before that, we saw 3 attack helicopters blown out of the sky by what sounded like a friendly MiG with rockets and a bursting machine gun. I don't know what it was. Pilot, machine, angel, but whatever it was, it saved us.
Some say or speculate it was a drone or new military technology. You think it was something else?
I think it was the spirit of Kiev, reminding the world she's still alive.
Thank you, Private. Stay safe out there.
For those listening across the country, wherever you are taking shelter tonight, remember, our skies are still ours. Whatever or whoever is out there, it's giving our pilots, our soldiers, and our people something priceless. Hope. We'll keep you informed as we receive official confirmation. Until then, keep your lights low, keep your families close, and remember, sometimes the wind carries friends we cannot see.
As the news of the war in Ukraine spreads across the oceans and to every continent on the planet, social media platforms carry the sights, sounds, horrors, and surprises the war has to offer. In America, popular podcast hosts invite guests and subject matter experts to weigh in on the war and the legend of the Ghost of Kiev.
All right, guys, we're live in 3, 2, 1.
And we're live. All right, guys, you're listening to the Forbidden Files podcast. As always, I'm Jordan Reed. And today, if your social feed looks anything like mine, you've seen it. Grainy night vision video, 2 streaks of fire over Ukraine, and the caption that simply reads, "The Ghost of Kyiv," or Kiev, I guess you can call it either one.
It's already hit 25 million views in 12 hours. Half of Twitter says it's a hero pilot. The other half says it's CGI or a recording from a video game, claiming it's not real.
Right. 2 Russian jets downed, 0 Ukrainian aircraft confirmed in the area. So, myth, morale weapon, miracle?
We've got analyst Dr. Mina Park back with us, defense tech out of MIT. Mina, you've seen the clips. Any chance this is real?
Thank you. Always a pleasure to be on the show. The thermal signatures don't match a composite video. The flight path does show energy management consistent with a MiG-29, but the turn radius would require G-forces that kill a human pilot. Either that's a drone or something's off with the timestamps.
So, a legend wrapped around an anomaly?
Every war invents symbols. In 1914, it was angels over Mons. In 1991, the Baghdad Phantom. People need proof that courage still matters.
Online right now, Ukrainian radio is replaying that quote. Keep your heads down. The sky remembers. It's trending as a hashtag.
Hashtag Sky Remembers. Half the posts are artwork already. Fighter silhouettes made of clouds. Some military veteran clothing companies are even designing t-shirts.
Memes become morale, and morale wins with time.
We're going to play a quick clip of what we were able to clip out from some footage online of what sounds like this Ghost of Kiev. Stand by.
Hold the line. Kiev stands.
That doesn't sound like propaganda to me. It sounds like a promise. And I don't know about you guys, but if I heard that in person, I'd have to go watch an episode of Bluey or Dragon Tales. But seriously though, whether it's one pilot or 1,000 stories stitched together, it's working. Russia's pulled out of night missions for the past 48 hours. The Ghost is transforming the battlefield in Ukraine.
And shaping belief. Once people believe the sky itself defends them, they start to act like it does.
Maybe the Ghost of Kiev is real. Maybe it's just every Ukrainian who refuses to run. Either way, the world's watching the clouds a little differently this morning. What do you say to the naysayers out there that say that one MiG-29 can't carry enough weapons to down 5 aircraft in a row?
To that, I would politely disagree. If you ever look up a photo of a MiG-29 in what's called a Hunter configuration, you can see that there are 6 air-to-air missiles attached to that aircraft, plus 150 rounds in the nose of that plane. I'd say that that is definitely enough armament to take down at least a handful of Russian aircrafts.
Thanks for tuning in, America. Stay safe and keep curious.
This is the Forbidden Files podcast. We'll be right back. Okay, seriously, guys, do we have some episodes of Bluey around here?
As Americans listen to the podcasts of the war in their warm, cozy homes, Ukrainian tank crews stand guard on the outskirts of Kiev. Far west of Kiev, the night smelled of fuel and frost. 4 Ukrainian tanks crouched in the dark, their engines purring like tired beasts. Inside, Bodon 3, Sergeant Pavlo and his crew scanned the skies for both friendly and enemy aircrafts.
Command, this is Bogdan 3. Visual clear. Thermal clear. No armor or aircraft movement of any kind on the horizon. Over.
Copy, Bogdan 3. Maintain your position. Air defense reports incoming bandits from the east. Possibly 4 MiGs. Keep your eyes up and thermal spawn.
What are we supposed to do, sir? Throw wrenches at them?
Just spot, don't engage. We're scouts tonight, not heroes.
You ever think about the Ghost? My cousin swears he saw it near Chernihiv. Said it moved like lightning.
I'll believe in ghosts when one pays my mortgage.
Quiet, both of you. Listen.
There they are. 4 of them. Formation east to west. Altitude low. 1,500 meters, maybe less.
That's too low for recon. They're hunting.
Hold position. Command. Visual confirms 4 hostile MiGs inbound, bearing 210. No friendly air support visible. Over.
Copy Bogdan 3. Stand by. Air defense is tracking. Wait.
Command, your message is weak and unreadable. Repeat last transmission.
Why is it so quiet?
Because something's coming. Look, between the clouds. Do you see that shimmer?
That's not on radar. There's nothing.
Record as much of this as you can. It looks like the light is being bent around itself.
It's beautiful.
The MiG see it! Look! Missile release! Splash 1 and 2! Holy God, it just tore them apart!
Look at that turn! Nobody can pull that kind of maneuver.
It's right behind them.
Holy shit! Splash 3 and 4! 4 birds down! Command, this is Bogdan 3. All 4 hostile MiGs destroyed. Unknown friendly asset engaged and disappeared. Repeat, disappeared. Request confirmation. Request confirmation that the Ghost of Kiev is on our frequency tonight.
Keep the engines warm, brave soldiers. A new dawn is coming.
No radar caught the exchange. No black box recorded the voice. But every man in Bogdan 3 signed the same report. 4 enemy MiGs destroyed. Unknown ally in the night. Codename, the Ghost of Kiev. As Russians feel the pushback from the people and phantom of the capital city of Kiev, Russian soldiers write home to their loved ones, spreading the message back to the motherland, a place where many Russian soldiers just want to go back to and live their own lives.
Dear Yuri, I don't know if this will reach you. The mail lines are broken more often than the roads now. But I need to write, before I forget what fear feels like. 3 nights ago, we were ordered to push south. Recon and support for 2 Ka-52 helicopters. We watched them lift off, blades slicing through fog, engines bright as suns. Then, not a minute later, they stopped existing. It came from nowhere. No sound of a missile, no radar warning, just a flash. And both birds fell like toys. I felt the shock wave through the ground, even from half a kilometer away. They call it the Ghost of Kiev. We laugh, but not loudly. It's easier than saying we're afraid. It moves like a thought, Yuri. There 1 second, gone the next. Our pilots don't even curse anymore when they talk about it. They just go quiet. I see it sometimes in my sleep. That shape in the clouds. I don't hate the people here anymore, Yuri. They fight like they've already died once, and came back just to finish what we started. Maybe that's what the Ghost really is. All of them together. Yuri, if you ever read this, and you hear thunder without rain, don't Don't look up. Just close your eyes, and it'll be gone soon. Tell Mother and Father I miss them, and hope to see them soon. Your brother and comrade, Corporal Volkov.
Corporal Volkov never got to mail the letter to his brother back home. When his unit moved out the next morning, his pack was found still under the cot. And inside it, that single page, folded clean and unsigned. The Ghost had stopped being an aircraft long ago. Now it was something larger. A rumor that breathed, a memory that haunted, and a message that hunted and delivered. And for Russian troops on the ground, sleep never came easy again. When the night finally broke, Kiev was still standing. The snow that fell carried the smell of fuel and ash, but to the soldiers along the line, it smelled like victory, or something close enough. We take you now back to the Ukrainian lines where Danilo, Yuri, and Max reconnoiter the rummage of planes shot down over the skies of Kiev.
That's the third plane we found this morning.
That one's Russian. Tail markings match the reports. 2 more down in the field east of us. Looks like they didn't even eject.
Or maybe they did, and never landed.
There's one of the pilots. His parachute tangled him up on the telephone post. Never thought I'd pity them, but war is war.
You should see this. One of the MiGs went straight through that ridge. Like it got pulled. Not hit. Pulled.
Pulled by what?
You already know by what.
There it is!
No lights, no trails. Just there.
Doesn't even look real. Maybe it isn't.
Maybe that's the point.
Do you ever wonder who he was?
Doesn't matter anymore. He's everyone who never made it home.
And everyone who still might.
Dear Katya, it's morning now. Kyiv is still ours. The snow looks like ash, but the sun's finally out. And they are saying the Ghost came again, that he saved us. If that's true, maybe he saved more than just us. Maybe he saved the part of us that still believes.
By dawn, reports of the Ghost's victories had reached every unit between Kiev and the Dnipro. No one had seen his face, no one ever would, but every soldier swore they'd felt his presence. A pressure in the air, a hum in the chest, a reminder that someone or something was still watching over them. For some, he was a hero, for others, a myth. But for the men who saw the sky burn that night, the Ghost of Kiev was real enough. When the smoke cleared, Kiev still stood. The city's streets were scarred, its people tired. But in the ash and silence, a story had survived the night. A story of a phantom in the clouds, a pilot without a name, who fought when no one else could.
Confirmed downed aircraft near the Dnipro. Citizens call him the Ghost of Kiev.
Children in shelters are painting aeroplanes on the walls. They say the Ghost keeps them safe at night.
The people are saying, it doesn't matter if he's real, he's hope, and hope is real enough for them.
All right, guys, welcome back to the Forbidden Files. And today, you guessed it, how the Ghost of Kiev continues to reign supreme over the skies of the capital city, raining down fear and death to the Russian invaders.
Russians are pulling back from the capital city of Kyiv as it seems their will to continue fighting whatever it is keeps pushing them back has dwindled.
Indeed, an incredible story for the people of Ukraine and the capital city of Kiev. But the war still continues, as both sides have still not reached a peace accord. President Putin and President Zelensky will be meeting with President Trump to discuss the war and a potential ceasefire. Until then, the sounds of chaos and destruction continue to be heard around the country. I'm Tom Carton on News Channel 7, and we'll keep you posted as the war in Ukraine continues to unfold. Hopefully not for much longer.
They called him a ghost, but ghosts are memories that refuse to die. And long after the war's ended, when the wind moves over Kiev rooftops and the sky hums just a little too low, they'll say he's still up there, the phantom jet that kept the country and people of Ukraine free.